Welcome everyone. It is me, Dennis Castillo again. Today I started doing some research about inflation, and as we see the numbers of um, more and more and more Americans going homeless, it's becoming way out of control with the wages staying the same at any job, and even jobs nowadays are disappearing because of AI. So what's basically happened right now is that there's a lot of job cuts. There's a lot of housing market is really terrifying in a way that nobody can really afford to buy a house no more in the United States. And if you do, there's many things that homeowners regret because it comes with uh, a lot of money that you have to put on. Especially not only insurance, but if something goes wrong, you have to spend money on that. But so a lot of the people have decided to live in their storage unit, and 100,000 people in United States live inside their car. You'd be wondering like, why, Dennis? Why do you say that? Um, the reason why is because these people before they had a job, they had income coming in, and they lost their job. They could not keep up with their rent or their mortgage, their utilities. So they didn't have $2,000 a month or 3,000 to pay all of that. So they went ahead and bought a van, cargo van, or any type of RV or even a SUV vehicle, and they're living there. People have been seeing they go take a shower at the gym. People are literally living like a third world country here in the United States because people live in their storage unit, and it's so sad how the way how everything is getting even worse with the wages staying the same. Like people are still making money that they made maybe 5 years ago, and the inflation is not stopping. It's skyrocketing right now with the house marketing going so high. Even cars are being really expensive, and groceries don't even get me started. It's really skyrocketing. So what do you think it could solve these problems? Like there's more and more and more. If you go to any city in the United States, like maybe the 50 main cities, you're gonna see in every metro area like more tents growing. It's a lot of tents underneath the bridge. There's people going homeless every single day. So I believe it's more than 100,000 people that live underneath the bridge. Like it's just so hard how people cannot afford to live here. You're basically living, you pay to live and you work to pay. So people are tired of the 9 to 5 working on that paycheck, like just going paycheck to paycheck. And it's just so crazy how they they just tired of it. People are just tired of it. People cannot keep up with their bills, their rent. It's just insane. People are literally worried about their car note. People don't know what to do with their 3, 4, $600 groceries. And it's so hard to find a job. Like nobody's hiring right now. There's over 10 million jobs lost because companies are going down to business. The inflation is real. We're heading to another recession like 2008. Um, it has probably been the worst year since 2020. That I guess in America nothing is really normal anymore. After the 9/11, nothing really seems to feel the same anymore. Then we went through 2008, the economy crash, and then the 2020 pandemic, which is so hard how people were very uh even people are changing now. People don't socialize no more. People live like a robot. People don't talk anymore. People don't seem to be so friendly no more. And this whole ideology of the system by the 2% is probably making everybody broke. They want to choke you in the neck. and you be completely miserable, sad, mad, angry, grumpy. People get a lot of anxiety in this country. Most of the people that ended up in the hospital is because they either had a stroke, they either had diabetes or cholesterol. Look at the food we're eating. It's poisoning us every single day. People are diagnosed every single day with different stages disease. Why? Because the system, everything that's created was very in a protocol. It was designed that wanted to make people sick, probably make people older quicker because you were 50 years in your life. And generation after generation, it's just, I remember back in the, I wasn't born back then, but 80s, 90s, the 90s, everything was different. You could easily buy a house, and houses were cheaper. Rent was really cheap. One bedroom apartment was probably like $200. Now one bedroom apartment is like $3,000. Studio is like about a 1,500. So depend where you live, but people are really living in the age. People start doing like suicide, and they get depressed. You see a lot of people being depressed. Nobody's smiling. Nobody's, people are not nice. People are rude as hell. Living in this matrix, 9 to 5, barely making the money to survive. And you just literally wonder, like, why do I have to pay all this much? Why do I pay to live in a house that I don't even live there? Why do I have to pay for something that is never going to be mine? It is just so insane how people realize that it's best to live in their car and their storage unit. People start having a lot of anxiety, depression, stress. People die every single day in this country because of stress. They carry a lot of anxiety, emotions. People are struggling, like thinking about their car note. They give up in their car, give up in their housing, and it's just so unreal how everything is just so insane. And my thinking is this gonna get even better one day, or is just gonna get even worse because people are still making 15, $20 an hour, which is, to me, it's not fair at all, while the billionaires are making tons of billions of dollars by getting, they don't even pay the taxes. They find their ways how to avoid it. And middle class is the one that paying the consequences, and lower middle class even more. Why? Because lower middle class barely make $22,000 a year to 30,000 to live in an apartment that is so expensive they cannot afford the apartments, the studios, condos, you name it, all that. But it's just so hard. So people just rather live inside their van or their car. People are giving up. People are not buying houses. People are not buying cars. People are broke. People live in a debt that they think that is their money. They get a credit card, and people are just so debt here. Like, they live to debt with the bank. Like, it's just so crazy how it works here. Um, I wish everything was paid off cash, so you don't even have to worry about that nightmare that you have to pay this note, this payment every month. They don't make you realize that. They want you to be in that bubble. They want you to be in that dream, like, oh yeah, you're gonna get this, blah blah. It's all about credit. But in other words, people are really living paycheck to paycheck in their 9 to 5, anxious, anxiety, depression. People have two, three, four, 5 jobs in order for them to keep up with that damn rent, the damn utilities, the bills. And it's just not easy at all, in a way that nobody really has anything to believe that it's it's very skyrocketing, the way how everything is everything is, the prices, the food, on their groceries, the gas, the insurance, you name it. So my thinking is, how are we gonna survive in 5 years with this inflation? How are we gonna be able to afford to pay our rent, their utilities? How are we gonna afford to actually those wages to increase, to actually tell my boss to raise me a little bit more? But it's just so difficult when people don't even realize that you're still making little bit of money, paycheck to paycheck, day in, day out, broke, 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 mad, sad, angry, grumpy, you name it. So I hope it gets better. I hope people don't live no more underneath the bridge. I hope people get out of those living in their vehicle because they need a space to take a shower. And also their storage units are really packed right now. I remember people used to storage a lot of different things like items. Now it's a lot of people living in there. They got to get a AC for the heat and everything. It's just so hard. I hope it gets better. You know, we're living in a third world country with this economy that is probably the worst in decades. It's probably the worst. We're seeing 10 million people without a job, and it's going to get even worse with the AI because one day it's going to be jobless. It's going to be a lot of job cuts, and people are not going to be able to afford to pay anything. I don't know how we're going to get used to this world, especially me that I'm millennium. I guess these Gen Z new people, they got it. But I mean, we gotta have to get used to it. It's gonna be a lot of hundreds of thousands of business closing, and we gotta be prepared for the worst. So I guess we gotta go back to the woods, like the ancestors, like live off the grid. And I hope you all. I want to hear your comment. I want to see your comment. I want you to tell me what best ideas we could do to save money in order for us not to go homeless or not to go to a storage unit or not to go to underneath the bridge to live. I hope you give me some ideas on how this can get better or the AI is gonna really take away all the jobs and everything. House marketing, the land, you name it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. For those who don't know me, my name is Dennis, and everybody's welcome to subscribe to this channel. There's more videos coming up, and I'm really excited to grow with your support. And I hope you all have a blessed day today, and God bless you all. Take care.